Welcome to In Session. I'm Ryan Smith, and we start with new developments in the Joran murder case out of Peru. Now we learn that Peru and Aruba are working together on this case. And In Session correspondent Gene Casares is in Lima, Peru. Joins us right now. Gene, what is this? What are we hearing about the international cooperation between Aruba and Peru right now? What does this mean for Joran Sloot?
Well, Ryan, what we're confirming with our CNN colleagues in Aruba that, in fact, that phone meeting did take place today. Solicitor General of Aruba, spokesperson Taco Stein, said that they spoke this morning with Peruvian Judge Carlos Morales, and what was decided was that the Aruban officials can make a formal request to come here to, I don't want to say join the investigation, but to be able to give and get information from authorities here. Now, we can't confirm when that formal request will be made or when Aruban officials will be on the ground here in Lima, but Aruba says this is a start, that we want to help to solve our case in Aruba. We are hoping that officials in Peru and some of the evidence that they may have collected will be valuable to us. So it does look like it's the beginning of international cooperation. A phone meeting did take place today between Aruba and the Peruvian judge here in Lima.
Wow, that is incredible and also fantastic news. Now Aruba gets to get involved in the situation. But let's talk about Joran Sloot again. He now is going to have to use a public defender. Will he, now that his private attorney has quit?
Well, here's what we confirmed earlier today through the court system in Lima, that he in fact has a new attorney, but it is a private attorney versus a public defender. That's what we're hearing. No name confirmation at all, just that of this morning he does have a new attorney. Important because this case is continuing and it is in the hands of the prosecutor. So it is important for the rights of Joran Sloot to be upheld. So good news, I'm sure, for him on this front. He does, according to the courts, have a new attorney.
Okay, and we've had the transcripts of his confession to police, and the previous attorney, I remember, was arguing to get that confession thrown out. Now, does that still stand now that his lawyer is dropped from the case? Do you think that this new lawyer, this private attorney, might continue to take up that cause?
I think we're going to have to wait and see what this new attorney will be doing strategy-wise, because there's two ways to go, right, among others. One is to try to suppress the confession and go forward saying that it was illegally obtained. The other going with the confession, because under Peruvian law, the acceptance of responsibility can actually help you in the end. You may be sentenced to a lower term. And with a 2-for-1 system, where you can get 2 days for every 1 day served for good behavior, that could mean even 50% of that term that Joran Sloot would actually get in the end, to be sentenced to here in Peru.
Okay, and let's talk about where he is right now. He's in Castro prison. How long does Sloot have to stay at Castro?
Well, he'll be in Castro until the pendency of this case. He could serve his sentence in Castro also, because we confirmed with jail officials at Castro, although they have almost 1,600 inmates at that facility, only a little over 300 have been sentenced. So there are many of them that are awaiting trial. What's interesting to note is they are in the same facility. Now, in the United States, you would have a local jail versus a prison where someone would ultimately go and convicted. Here, they are together, but of course, Joran Sloot is away from the main prison body at this time. He is not in general population. He is in that protective custody in a cell that is regulated, managed, and looked at by officials very closely to protect the safety of he and the alleged Colombian hitman, who is his adjoining neighbor.
Wow. All right, Gene Casares. And let's bring in session legal contributor Sonny Hoffman to talk about these developments.